Hello everyone, my name is SpecUps. I am a flight sim enthusiast and I'm going to be making some videos. Today I'm going to start with a route familiarization flight, and that is this is in preparation for the PMDG 777, and I've chosen several routes that I'm going to be flying in the 777. One of them being the John F. Kennedy International to Dubai International Airport. It'll be a Delta Airlines flight, and yes, I know Delta Airlines don't fly this route out of JFK, they only fly out of Atlanta, but to spare me some time, I'm going to fly the much shorter JFK to Dubai route. Now with flight familiarization, what I'm doing is picking an airport closer to the destination. So, for example, Doha International Airport in Qatar. And I simply fly the end of the route into the airport to familiarize myself with the approach that I will be using. So today I'll be flying from Doha International Airport. I'll use Route 305 and connect on to what is this? Route 784, which is the final leg of the Delta 777 flight. And I'll fly into Dubai using the Darat Stars arrival. And I'll be doing this in the PMDG 737. Okay, so let's get started. I'm currently in an engine start configuration. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my ground connections. And I'm going to start up. So fuel on, electrics engaged, pivot heat, air packs off, right engine set to ground start. Auto brakes are already set to RTO, auto throttle is armed, speed switch set to 160 knots for a noise abatement departure procedure, which I'll explain in a moment. Initial altitude will be 4,000. Right engine lever set to idle, starting, parking brake on. And lights. Okay, engine number 2, starter number 1 set to ground, starting up. And the lever set to idle. Alright, now we're already clear to taxi for takeoff, so we'll get going in just a moment. Taxi light engage. And there we go. FPV on. Yaw dampener engaged. Power set to both generators and APU off. Air pack set to auto, and starter switches set to continuous. And we're ready to go. Today we'll be flying with 30,000 pounds of fuel. That's about half. 5,000 pounds of that is our reserve fuel, and there's a little bit extra just in case. Of course, fasten seatbelts, set to on. Cruise altitude will be 2,100. Very nice sunset. So, Doha International Airport does not have any NADP departures. However, since I'll be flying out of JFK, which does have noise abatement procedures, we'll be following that. And what that is, oops. Okay, so what that is essentially around most airports that are in major cities, they'll have noise restrictions taking off and landing. So taking off, we have what's called a noise abatement departure procedure, and essentially you take off as you normally would. However, when you roll out, you go into your maximum rate of climb possible while maintaining V2 plus 10. So you don't get very far, but you gain a lot of altitude. And then once you reach about 4,000 feet, you level off, and this will cause your engines to go pretty close to idle, and your aircraft becomes much more quiet. So that reduces your noise footprint during departure. So we'll be following that. Okay, I'm going to configure flaps for takeoff. We're flying with flaps 5 for the departure, and hopefully, depending on fuel burn, we'll land with flaps 15. So once the 777 is released, I'll be doing a lot of videos on long-haul flights. I may or may not do some tutorial videos. There's already quite a few people out there that can do it a lot better than I can. But we'll have to see. So let's review our takeoff reference. V1 is going to be 141. We're going to rotate at 143. V2 is going to be 150, and our noise abatement is going to be V2 plus 10, so that's 160. We're going to maintain 160 knots as we climb through to 4,000 feet. Alright, here we go. Coming up on runway 34. Gonna adjust my sound a bit. Okay. Now I just bought the AverMedia Gamer HD portable that I'm testing out since Fraps has been the bane of my existence. And the reason why I haven't done many videos. Now for this flight, I'm not going to be messing around with any procedure charts, but I will be in the future. I pretty much memorized most of the procedures, and I kinda very basically go through them. That's very strange, it keeps cutting out my audio when the ATC talks. Okay, so we're clear for takeoff. I'm gonna progress onto the runway. I'm gonna go through runway entry procedures, so TCAS is on. Switch on at the display. Runway turn off lights. And once I line up on the runway, I'll switch the landing lights on. Okay. Landing lights fully on. Lights. Da 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 da. Okay. Spoilers off. And okay. So that's my procedure right there. So brakes, throttle, engines nominal, brakes release, 100% throttle, and then once it gets there, select toga, throttles come back to N1, okay good. So here we go, we got a nice stable run down the runway. Past 80 knots. Three, one, rotate. Pause it right, gear up. Going to do about 20 degrees. I gotta fix this. That's very annoying. Okay. Now, I didn't do a very good job at maintaining V2 plus 10, but it's okay. Here we go, first churn. Now basically what we're doing is we're using our pitch to maintain the V2 plus 10, which is about 160 knots. Okay, there's the altitude warning. We're coming up on 4,000 feet. once I'm satisfied that we're clear, we're gonna go to LNAV and VNAV flight. I'm gonna shut them up because I keep messing up my sound. Okay. So we're holding 0. Now I'm satisfied we're cleared of the NADP. VNAV, command engage. There we go, that's noise abatement departure. Flaps. Well, I say that, but that was very sloppy of me. Go to altitude up to our cruise altitude to 700, altitude intervention, and here we go. So that's that. We're now going to climb to cruise altitude. Pretty much clear traffic ahead of us. Looks good. Okay, well, I'll see you guys at the top of descent.